Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd and Julie Chrisley address divorce rumors. Chrisley knows best. Fans have wondered how Todd and Julie Chrisley's marriage would survive separation behind bars. Sadly, there are so many doubters among the reality TV show's fanbase that a divorce rumor grew legs and quickly spread. Some speculated the couple couldn't survive having no contact and only being able to communicate via email. Despite being behind bars, Todd and Julie Chrisley caught wind of the rumors surrounding the fragile status of their marriage. Using their attorney, Jay Sargent, as their mouthpiece, the couple broke their silence on the divorce rumors. Is there trouble in paradise? Or are these rumors just rumors? Keep reading for the details. They can only communicate by email. Despite being married, there are pretty strict rules that prevent inmates at different facilities from communicating. Moreover, inmates can only make phone calls by calling the person they want to talk to. The person typically has to accept a fee to take the phone call. So the system just isn't set up for there to even be a way for Julie and Todd to communicate on the phone. Because they are married, however, they were given special permission to communicate via email. It, however, is the only way they can communicate until Julie gets out, as she gets out before him. Once Julie Chrisley isn't behind bars, she will be able to speak to her husband on the phone. It is unclear if she would be able to visit him, though, as she may have restrictions after being released preventing her from doing so. Todd and Julie Chrisley address divorce rumors. Speaking exclusively to Radar Online, Jay Sargent addresses swirling rumors that Julie Chrisley and her husband Todd are getting a divorce. The Chrisley Knows Best attorney assures the outlet there is no truth to the rumors. In fact, he insists Julie Chrisley loves her husband Todd more than she's ever loved him before. The attorney continues to share, Julie desperately misses Todd. She makes statements like she wishes she could just be there to make sure he is eating, or wishes she could just check on him and make sure he is okay. Now, that wasn't to sell Todd Chrisley's love for his wife short. In fact, Jay Sargent also affirmed the reality TV king's love burns just as bright for his queen as it always has. Jay shares that every time they get on the phone, Todd's first questions are always regarding his wife's well-being. After months of swirling gossip and tabloid speculation, Todd and Julie Chrisley are finally breaking their silence from behind prison walls. And what they're saying might just rewrite the narrative. In a special pre-recorded audio message aired during Savannah Chrisley's podcast Unlocked, the couple addressed the persistent divorce rumors that have hounded them since their dual incarcerations began. Todd, ever the stubborn gentleman with a sharp tongue, started by setting the tone. Let's be clear, Todd's voice echoed with emotion. Our love story wasn't written in pencil. It wasn't something you could just erase when the going got tough. Julie followed, her voice warm but firm. The world may look at our current circumstances and assume the worst. But what they don't see is that love doesn't dissolve behind bars. It either breaks or becomes unbreakable. Ours, it's battle-tested. A love letter from prison. Their story, a glossy reality TV marriage turned courtroom tragedy, has captivated audiences for over a decade. Now separated by prison walls and hundreds of miles, Todd and Julie remain connected through weekly phone calls, handwritten letters, and a shared determination to hold on to what matters most. Julie revealed that every week, without fail, Todd writes her a letter. He draws a heart on every envelope, she said with a soft chuckle. Sometimes it's cheesy, sometimes it's profound, and sometimes it's just a list of all the things he misses about our life. Saturday pancakes, the smell of my shampoo, watching movies with Chloe. Todd's letters aren't just romantic. They're spiritual. I read to her from the Bible. I remind her that love endures all things, he explained. And I remind myself, too, because there are days when the loneliness feels like it could swallow you whole. The rumors of divorce began gaining traction earlier this year when a tabloid published a piece claiming Julie had stopped taking Todd's calls. Then, an anonymous source alleged that Julie had confided in a fellow inmate about rethinking everything. but their daughter Savannah is calling foul. People want drama, Savannah said. But I talk to my mom and dad every single week, and what I see is two people who are holding on to each other through everything: shame, media attacks, loneliness, even injustice. Julie admitted that yes, prison has tested their marriage, but not in the way people might assume. This isn't about wanting out, he said. It's about learning how to stay in, even when the world is screaming that we can't. Faith at the center. The Chrisleys have long credited their Christian faith as the anchor in their lives. That foundation, they said, is stronger than ever. Julie and I prayed at the same time every evening, Todd shared. Even though we can't hear each other, we know we're united in spirit. It's our way to holding hands across the divide. Julie nodded to her own spiritual awakening since being incarcerated. This experience stripped me down. No hair appointments, no makeup artists, no designer handbags. Just me, my Bible, and God. And you know what I found? That the Julie Todd fell in love with. She's still here. Their shared faith has even sparked something of a prison ministry, with both Todd and Julie leading Bible study groups in their respective facilities. We're still a team, Todd said proudly. We just have a broader congregation now. We're still married every day. One of the most poignant moments of their audio address came when Julie described their ongoing commitment as still being married every single day. Being married isn't just living in the same house, she said. It's choosing each other when it's inconvenient. It's loving each other when it hurts. Todd added, people think marriage is about how things look, but real marriage, it's how things feel when nobody's watching. When I hear her voice on the phone, when I get one of her letters with the perfume dabbed on the corner, that's when I remember why I'm fighting to get home. Savannah speaks out. Savannah, who has taken over raising her younger siblings and managing the family's business affairs, grew emotional during the podcast. I don't know how many people could go through what my parents have and still be married, she said through tears. But they are. They're messy and imperfect, but they're still in love. That's real. She also fired back at critics who claim her parents are putting on a show to protect their brand. You can't fake this kind of love, Savannah said. You can't script weekly love letters. You can't pretend to still be each other's person when the whole world's turned its back on you. Looking ahead. Though their legal teams continue to work toward potential appeals and sentence reductions, Todd and Julie remain focused on the present. We don't know what tomorrow looks like, Julie admitted. But I know that as long as Todd is somewhere in this world praying for me, I'm never alone. Todd closed with a signature flourish. To those rooting for our downfall, bless your hearts, we're not giving you that satisfaction. Love doesn't pack its bags just because the road gets bumpy. It digs in. It survives. Whether it's through courtrooms, gossip columns, or prison walls, Todd and Julie Chrisley are telling the world that love, their kind of love, wasn't built to break.